Okay, I got a challenge from Baker Street Bishop, who is Devon from Devon Chess. It's another YouTube channel, and this is going to be a dual commentary match. And he starts off with e4, so I knew already he was an e4 player, and I decided to play e5 against him. And he goes with the Vienna game. Okay, interesting way to play. And the early f4. So, should I take it or should I decline it? I forget. I think this is one of those cases where you don't take. But what should I play? Can I play bishop to c4? He takes. Then there's no good no good tricks there. And play d4 here. That's what it is. It's d5 rather. Bishop c5 or d5. So now if he takes the pawn, I can take back on e4. It took me a while to remember that. But yeah, that's one of the moves against the Vienna game. And the d pawn is protected by the queen, so I don't lose a pawn this way. I don't try and accept the gambit pawn. It's a bit dangerous, and we can look at that in the postmortem. So now we get a position I can play, I guess. Just play moves. One thing to watch out for is if the knight's going to get trapped here. So if he ever has the move d3 here to kick that knight, for now I can go to c5. And maybe just bring the bishop out somewhere and castle. I just want to survive the opening and get a good game. So we can see our blitz ratings aren't too far apart. Also, over the board, we have comparable over the board ratings. We're both Class A players, so I'm hoping this will be a good game. He does have the higher blitz rating, though, and he's been pretty consistently higher than me, so I think he probably has the advantage in blitz. But we'll see. If this goes well, maybe we can do a series of games. Okay, let's see. He's pausing to think. We're burning up a lot of time early in the game. This is 5 minutes with 5-second increment. So we will have increment if things get tricky later on. Okay, he's taking squares away from my knight. This takes away the c5 square. So should I take here already? Let's get rid of the knight so it's not such a liability. And now my bishop doesn't have any great squares out here, but maybe it can do something over on the king side. And yeah, he's setting up his pieces for a king side attack, which is logical. So how am I going to get my pieces out? Let's get the light squared bishop out off the back row there. You know, maybe I could even consider castling. Okay, he went king side here. I could consider castling queen side. He's got an open file here ready-made for an attack on the b file, and he's also got an open f file ready-made for an attack. Yeah, the Vienna game can be pretty dangerous. I think I should castle here, though. Connect my rooks and maybe play f6. If that's not a problem. If I can get away with playing f6, maybe that's a move. He can line his queen and his bishop up somehow on h7, maybe. And of course, I should have thought about the sack. Bishop takes, king takes, knight here check, bishop takes knight. So I've got the g5 square covered. So I guess this kind of this kind of attack doesn't work just yet. So he's thinking of bringing his queen out onto the king side here. And how about if I just play f6? If he takes, I take. If he ignores it and brings his queen out, I can maybe defend the bishop with my queen. Or maybe take his knight, depending on what seems. No, he just takes the pawn. Okay, so this opened up the f file, so I don't have so many liabilities here. This gives me a chance to dissolve some of the weaknesses along the f file. like not dissolve weaknesses, but like trade rooks and stuff. That becomes a possibility. Also, I can play queen d7 and rook to e8 here. For example, if he plays queen g3 here, kicking my bishop. Okay, so he just takes a look at my b pawn. I naturally want to push that forward just to block that. That'll weaken the knight. He can attack it, but the knight can come over here to the king's side. So I think this is okay. Puts his rook on a good open file. Okay, time's still about even. Okay. Keep in touch with that. So I still want to play queen up. Maybe queen d2 is no longer an idea because that would walk into this pen. Yeah, he did that in a nice order, right? He forced this weakness over here, and then he brought the queen out. So he's hitting my bishop, and if I play queen to d2 here, then he can pin the knight, and my queen is overloaded. So I need to do something with that bishop. And let's see, if I bring it back, well, no, I can't do that. I was thinking maybe I defend the bishop with the h-pawn and then play bishop to h4, but that's not working because his knight covers h4. And bringing the bishop back doesn't look too attractive, so I'm actually going to give up the bishop pair in order to be able to free up my other pieces. Okay, so queen off the back rank is the next order of business. I need to defend the c-pawn. If I play queen d6, he might not trade because he might like to keep the queen, but if he does trade, it leaves me with a weakness. So queen here, I guess. Queen to e2, e7. That's tough because the knight wants to go to that e7 square as well, but maybe queen can go somewhere else next. Well, at least I can get my rook over to the e-file. It's true, his rook is not coming to the e-file quickly because his bishop is still in the way. So it's not just about my pieces, it's about his pieces. I got to keep this in mind. Let's see, and if he brings his bishop out to hit the knight now, maybe the knight routes around to d8 to e6 or f7. But for now, I think the next move is rook to e8, so that even if he lifts his bishop, I'll have control over the e1 square. Let's see, does the knight's putting maybe a little pressure. Oh, that's interesting. He's trying to get his rook into the game over here. Maybe he can push the c-pawn forward and take. I've got pressure on the d-pawn though, so I'm going to bring my rook over to the e-file like I wanted and leave the knight there. So now this pressure on the d-pawn, rather, the bishop and knight combining, looks like a solid point, but it keeps him from pushing his c-pawn forward. That my pressure on his d-pawn. And let's see, with the knight gone, I do have the possibility of playing bishop h4, harassing his queen. That might be good, actually. Bishop h4, the queen moves, and then I penetrate to the back rank. So he may have played a little bit loose with lifting his rooks off the back rank here. We'll see. You know, I am walking into a pin here. He has his bishop. He has the bishop pin over here. Okay, or the skewer. So I can get out of that one with the check. Check, queen takes, rook takes check, and then double the rooks. Or check, the king can't move, he has to take. Check, king up, I guess, and then this rook over. Gets me out of trouble. If I play my queen to h4, he takes queen, I take the queen, he takes the rook. I think he comes out ahead. So let's go with this route. Let's see, 139 to 129. Okay. And now get away from that bishop. And you know, this knight is still pinned, or pinnable, not pinned, but pinnable, with bishop to b5. Kind of annoying. And there he goes. So I guess I should unpin and defend the rook at the knight at the same time. And let's see if I can activate that knight. I mean, he has the advantage of the bishop pair, I guess. But I should try and activate that knight and see if I can do something with it. There is, this funny idea. Oh, he just gives it up. Maybe I'm left in an awkward position here, but I have to take back. I was going to say there was a funny idea of sacrificing. Oh, my rook was overloaded. Okay, that was it. Okay. Okay, well, good game to Devon. I will upload this and do a postmortem as usual. And, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. See you guys later. Bye.